Hey, Randy Joe here, and welcome back to Jamaican June, where throughout the month of June we've been listening to various reggae albums to delve into the Jamaican history of reggae. Of course, we are past June here. I'm always running a little bit behind. My apologies. However, we do have a couple more videos I want to get through before we start July. I'm planning to get those out ASAP. So today we are checking out Sunday Coming by Jamaican Rocksteady singer Alton Ellis. Now, we have not covered any Rocksteady artists so far on the channel, but Alton Ellis is our first foray into Rocksteady. Just like we jumped into a little bit of dub territory throughout this month, we are going to jump into a little bit of Rocksteady, seeing as this was a precursor to reggae in a lot of ways. The reason we're checking this out is because way back when I started off Jamaican June with Bob Marley's album Exodus, I got a comment from I Just Need Myself, who said, "You should check out Alton Ellis's Sunday Coming. It's technically Rocksteady, which came before reggae, out of ska." And with that being said, I'm very excited to check it out today with 44 minutes, 14 tracks, 1970 release. Kicking it off, we've got Joy in the Morning featuring the Gay Lads.
Hit me, baby.
I'm expecting this more rustic sound. Again, some signature, deep, notable bass lines, as I've come to expect from reggae. Really like the backup vocals too, which I imagine is the Gay Lads here. I love how stripped back this is. I wonder if that's part of the reggae or rocksteady tone.
Now why should I feel so bad?
Really like the lyrical and the vocals on this one. It's got a nice, almost like sentimentality to it. Just like nice and sweet. Joyful. Really just solid, easy listening here. Easy to take in. And the bass line really doing a lot of the heavy lifting, not in a negative sense, but it's just such a strong bass lick. Alright, I like that one. Let's continue on to Sunday Comin', the title track here. That opener. Super easy to take in. Again, our expected kind of religious themes in the reggae vein. That is true. I like this melody. Looking forward to Sunday. Although I look more forward to Friday and Saturday, if I'm being honest. Sunday's that day where you're thinking about the work week. That's another good thing about Friday. Love this one. Good melody, relatable sort of lyricism. Everyone's looking forward to the weekend kind of track, you know what I'm saying? A solid track. Short and sweet though. Only 2 minutes. That is a rather short track, but boy does it deliver on its idea. It's got a nice melody. It's simple, easy to take in. Not too much to say about that one, but I feel like that's a good one to, sing while you work kind of track, you know what I'm saying? These Eyes is the next track here. 1.6 million plays. It is the biggest by a landslide here. And as far as I know, this is a cover of the track These Eyes from the Guess Who, if you are unfamiliar with, are most known for their track American Woman, and they are a Canadian artist, fellow Canadians. So shout out Guess Who, legendary Canadians, like the bio there says, which I agree. Huge fan of the Guess Who, always have been, and These Eyes is a fantastic track from them. One that I have not only listened to many times throughout my life, but sung many times. It is a banger. So let's see how Alton Ellis here kind of reinterprets it, reworks it into the Rocksteady tone that he's established here. Which I am excited. Would have been around the same time the track came out, not much longer. You can already hear a bit of it in the melody there. These arms long to hold you again. I wonder if he'll do the fast, kind of rapid singing. It's pretty notable in that track. So far, a nice groove to this one, and it works as a Rocksteady track. Surprisingly, not as lo-fi as an album as I would have expected. I thought it would be rougher on the production side of things, but the production's been pretty clean, pretty crisp. For 1970, Jamaica especially, I just expected it to be a little bit more rough around the edges. Ooh. Kind of veering off into its own territory here. It doesn't do the rapid singing like in the original. That'd be this outro here. But again, very short and sweet, and I liked that interpretation of it. It didn't really change it up too much to the point where it ruined it. You could still hear that original classic melody from the Guess Who, and vocals. He sings just as strong in a way as the original, obviously much more brought down, softer to match that reggae style. But again, he's got that nice soulful voice that certainly matches the energy of the original, I would say. Doesn't feel like a cheap rendition of it. Certainly an honorable one. So props to Alton Ellis. Pulling off a cover of a classic track is always a little difficult. I think a lot of artists butcher original tracks, and Alton here certainly did not. So props to him. Let's go into Hur and Me. Produced by Clement Cox and Dodd. Fantastic producer on this thing. He's very careful in his mix. I like how short and sweet a lot of these tracks are. Again, this one only being 2 minutes and 27 seconds. Certainly no fatigue. A bit of a karma energy to this one. Something I strongly believe in as of late. Very soulful. I guess that's an element of Rocksteady I'm unfamiliar. It's got a bit of a soul kind of element tied into it. Love me some soul. Next we got It's True. Let's just carry on. We got nothing but bangers so far. Oh. These horns. Taking it away. Not sure how I feel about that one. I do like the horns, but overall, a little bit of a middling track for me. Let's go into Alton's groove. Looks like an instrumental only. Oh my god, see, that's that soul element. James Brown-esque. Very James Brown. A good groove throughout this one. I guess that's why it's called Alton's Groove. Kind of buries itself in that groove.
Oh yeah, that's it. I feel good.
I like that one. Although I didn't love it. Well, quick change of pace there. Not as strong. The first 4 tracks really hit hard. It's True and Alton's Groove have brought it down a little bit, but that's alright. I just think they are a little bit meandering. Let's go into What Does It Take to Win Your Love. which looks like that's a cover as well from Junior Walker and the All-Stars. I'm unfamiliar with this one. This has got a funk sound to it on those guitars. Kind of has that soul funk kind of element to it. It just seems like Rocksteady, again, like I said earlier. Again, right there, that soul signature. You can really see the elements of reggae and soul on this album. But again, those precursor elements of reggae, not quite taking formation, but teased. Kind of reminded me of the Shaft soundtrack with that guitar. What does it take to win your love? A solid soul track. A solid Rocksteady track. Not much more to say. Feeling like it's hard to discuss this album in comparison to others because a lot of it feels not similar in a bad way, but my assessments of them all are usually one and the same, which is solid grooves, really, beautiful, soulful singing, and just some easy listening. Short and sweet, too, for the most part. So let's go on to Picture Was You. I don't imagine this album is going to hit me with any shocking change-ups, but this is another solid reggae album that I feel like you would kind of throw on at a barbecue or something in the background, Has that nice beach sound, a nice vacation tone. Jesus, kind of an ear-piercing vocal there, Alton. Let's relax a little with that one. You're ripping through the mic. Again, solid, but nothing crazy. I thought the vocals were a bit much at times. Like I said, ear-piercing. Gonna Take a Miracle is the next one here. I love this instrument. Some sort of key or a synthesizer, perhaps. A nice chorus. Simple, easy listening. Your heart is going to pay is the next one here. Some good summer jams is really, again, the main takeaway of this album. A lot of a lot of love tracks, a lot of heartbreak tracks. Again, very soul enriched, but also very reggae. The grooves, the bass lines, the melodies, unmistakably reggae DNA to its purest form. Those horns. So syrupy and beautiful. That nice fuzz on them too. I like this one. This is one of my favorite ones on the second half of the LP here. Let's go into Wide Awake in a Dream, continuing on with this thing. Really hard to speak on this album. Like, the horns are still just as good as ever. The soulful singing, just as beautiful as ever. Alton is a great singer, a great performer. And all great grooves throughout this album. You Make Me So Very Happy. Let's continue on. Which is a cover of a Brenda Holloway track. I'm familiar with this song. But it is originally a soul track, so again, it makes sense that this would be covered by Alton. I love that bass. Kind of simple melody, and I'll go high. Ooh, it's saying high now. Yeah, more of the same. Not much to say. Let's go into Reason of the Sky. I'm feeling, as much as I enjoy Olan, right off the bat, this one's got a chunkier sound. A little bit more lo-fi as well. I kind of like that. A rougher kind of production. The percussion on this one too sounds like much grander in scale. Ooh. Very religious. That trumpet. I love that trumpet, really taking things away. Alright, closing out Region of the Sky here. And let's hit pause before we might not check out the winner. Might hit you with the hard news here. The 7-minute track, the extended mix, simply because it's not part of the original track list from what I gather. It seems like it came with the CD Deluxe Edition later on. And this track list varies quite greatly online. And the winner is typically left off. It seems pretty consistently. So, at 7 minutes, we're going to save some time and not listen to it today. And I feel like this album, as enjoyable as it is a lot of, similar music, which is fine. Nothing wrong with that. I'm not hating. But once you've heard the bulk of these tracks, you get the idea. It is some really great, laid-back, summer tracks with a good vibe. That is also hard to react to. I can't really add too much more, commentary onto these tracks beyond what I could say, which is that, again, very soulful, very, well produced for its time. I'll give it that. And, a commanding singer that Alton Ellis is. All that aside, this album doesn't have too much in the way of diversity, but that is my main takeaway from the album, is that it is very much enjoyable. It is very much worthy of a listen if you're interested in the roots of reggae and rocksteady music at large, because this does seem like a pretty important album to check out from what I've read and from what I've heard. You do hear a lot of the elements of reggae that would be built upon much further throughout the 70s, and you hear the soul elements that were clearly there very early in the reggae sound with this kind of rocksteady genre that dominated in the late 60s. So Alton Ellis, a great soul singer, a great rocksteady singer, and a pioneer to reggae. So worthy of a listen for all those reasons. But as always, if you like this video, please hit like and subscribe to hear more reggae albums. Got a couple more to do, and then we're closing out the series and starting the new one for July, which it starts with a J. The genre starts with a J. That's all I'm going to say. So if you're interested, please hit subscribe. As always, my name is Randy Joe. Thank you for watching, and I'm signing off.